Hi, in this video, I want to show you how to enter a list and then record some basic statistics and how to create a few graphs, such as a box plot and a dot plot and a histogram. So the first thing you want to do when you open your calculator up, when you turn it on, is you could either hit Control N and that resets it. It may ask you to save a document. I'm just going to say no. And then this list will appear over here. So if I want to add a list, such as maybe 15 data points, I could add the list that I just did for an example with a box plot. So I'm going to go to Add List and Spreadsheet. The first thing you want to do is name it. So right here in the cell where it says A, let's say I'll write chocolates. And then I'm going to enter my data values. So my data values will be entered as a list, and I'm going to enter them. Actually, this one should be 25. So 25, 28, 29, 30. Actually, that one, let me make it 45. Okay, after you have entered your list, so for now I've entered 10 items, you want to make sure you click anywhere outside the list. So you do not want to have your cell, for example, highlighted. You want to go anywhere outside, it doesn't matter where. So let's say you wanted to calculate the mean, the standard deviation, or the 5-number summary. Then you can easily calculate from your list. All you need to do is you can directly calculate it, and we'll give you all your statistics on the spreadsheet itself. But I like to have it on a clean page. So basically, I'm just going to do Control Doc, which will add a page. And I'm going to just add calculator here. And then I'm going to go to Menu. And what I want to do is calculate statistics. I'm going to go ahead, number one, stack calculations. And then what we are calculating is one variable statistics. I'm going to click that. Then it's going to ask me the number of lists. I'm just going to leave it as 1. And then whatever you named your list, I named it chocolate. It should appear here. So chocolates appear, and then you just press OK. So here goes my statistics that I entered for the list. You could see that there are 10 items. That's my N. You could see my minimum value is 25. My Q1 is 29. My median is 32. My Q3 is 35. And my max is 45. If I go a little bit higher, we will have our mean value, which is 32.7. And then our standard deviation, the one we use, is 5.755. Now later we will talk about a sample mean and a population mean. And we will also talk about standard deviation for a sample and standard deviation for a population. So again, this first one here with the X bar, that's a sample mean, but there's also something called a population mean. All right, so from here, what if I wanted to add a graph of some sort? So I have all my statistics here. What if I wanted to add a graph? Well, if we want to add a graph, we can just do Control Doc, which again will add a page. So you can already see that I've added 2 pages. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go to Add Data and Statistics. I'm going to click on that. And all the data from my list is entered here. So all the values are just spread out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click, and it's going to show what I named it, chocolates. I'm going to click that, and what I have here is a dot plot. So the dot plot shows all my data for the chocolates that we have entered previously. All right, what if I wanted to change the graph from a dot plot to a box plot? Well, I can easily just go to Menu. I'm going to click Menu, and where it says Plot Type, I'm going to change that. So dot plot is the first one it does for you. If I want to change it to box plot, I'm just going to click on that. and it's going to create a box plot for me. Now look how nice. You can scroll with your mouse and you get your minimum value 25. Your Q1 is 29. Your median is 32. Your next highest value is 37. And our maximum is an outlier, which is 45. So your calculator will actually compute outliers for you. So for now, for today, I want you to calculate box plot by hand. But later on, I just want you using your calculator and making a box plot with your calculator so you understand how it's done. This will save a lot of time. Now, what if we wanted to do a histogram? I can go back to the menu and go to plot type and go to histogram. Now, the problem is a histogram is for large data and we only entered 10, but it will still create one for us. So you could see that there is a gap here. Now, a histogram is always for quantitative data. Don't confuse a histogram with a bar graph. This is not a bar graph. What you can also do with a histogram, if you can see here, I have frequency. I could change frequency right here and change it to relative frequency. So you can change this as well. You can also change your bin width. So each one of these are bins, and the widths are what we have on the range of the bottom, and they're always equal width. If you wanted to change that, you can go to Menu, Plot Properties, and Histogram Properties, and then it would ask you to, first of all, I could change the frequency to percentage, so I could do that. That would change my Y value here to %. And if I wanted to change the bin length, I could go back to Plot Properties, and again, I will go to Histogram Properties. I will go to Bin Settings, and equal bin width is where I want to go. And right now it's set at 2. But what if I set it to 4? What would happen? Let's click OK. And you can see that it would add more data per bin. So it's just some examples how this calculator is very useful for data. So, and you can see here, you can click from one page to another. We've added 3 pages. You would need to scroll with your mouse to do so.